cuties, and welcome back to another video, or welcome if you're new. I'm Cora and today I am back with another CC haul. As always with these videos, you can find links to everything in the description down below. I of course added categories and numbers for each of the items, so hopefully it's very easy for you to find what you want on the CC list. If you haven't already and you enjoy today's video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, never miss another of my uploads. I do upload CC related videos each week, so keep your eyes peeled. If you are a CC addict like myself, I actually did not plan on uploading another CC haul video today. I was planning on uploading another part of the CC Bible series that I started a few weeks back, where I just show you my favorites out of each of the different categories in The Sims 4, but I knew that in like 2 weeks time there's gonna be quite a lot of really interesting or exciting releases from CC packs that get released to the public in like 2-ish weeks, so I knew that there were quite a few items that I will have to get to in 2 weeks, and I didn't want the CC haul to be huge, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have a little browse. I'm just gonna see what there is, and there was so much new CC that I am just very excited to share with you guys. Unfortunately, I could not find as much for male Sims. I mean, there's always less for them, or usually, but this time there was not a lot, and that upsets me because I always want to, I always try to look for male CC, but it's just, as you all probably know, it's not as easy to find stuff that you like for male Sims, and that's new and stuff like that. But yeah, I will definitely be continuing the CC Bible videos though, because I really enjoy them, and I think I think they're very fun for everyone, so I definitely want to continue with them. And I'll also focus on male Sims. The next video will probably be my favorite male CC hairstyle, so if you're looking for more male CC, then just wait for that video. It will probably come up next week if things go according to plan, but who knows if they do, because I'm still myself at the end of the day. And I just, I've been in better places before than I am currently. I'm working on it. Uni has started again this week, so I did that. I'm actually kind of proud of myself because I stuck to the schedule. Now I do uni from at home, so it's the university that doesn't actually it doesn't have its own building where everyone has to go. You can do it from all over the world, so you just have online courses, which for me is the best because it means I don't have to interact with people on a daily basis, and that is just heaven. I mean, I don't mind, I love talking and I don't mind interacting with people that I like, but strangers or people I'm just acquaintances with, acquainted to, I don't know. You know what I mean. Just talking to people that I don't know as well is just very stressful to me, and yeah, just taking all of that out of the university aspect is so good for me. But the workload is quite a lot, let me tell you. There's not just really long lectures, there's also this heap of literature that you're supposed to read, and this semester I have a feeling that it's gonna be quite tough. Last semester they actually wanted us to read 100 pages for this one course every week, which was just ridiculous, and I didn't get through all of it, but I got through the exam, so we're good. But yeah, this year actually it's a lot about the brain right now, and how it functions and how different parts are related to different psychological and developmental things and stuff like that. Just it splits up the brain and all its different parts, and then it talks about what we know about all of the different parts, what they control and stuff like that. And it's just, as you can imagine, it's quite a lot. It's not the easiest to learn, and then they decided to give us this literature in English, which in itself would be fine, when I read books for enjoyment, they're always in English. I just kind of, when I was in America, I started reading a lot, and I took out books from the library there all the time. Naturally, they were in English, so I just got used to reading in English, and then most authors I read from are English, and I feel like if they aren't, I would only read it in German if the actual author was German. Otherwise, I always feel like the English translation will be better. I don't know why. Just, it's just a personal preference. But, that is not an issue. Like, the language itself is fine. But what is really gonna be annoying is that obviously the words for like all of the different parts of the brain, they're all like super complicated, like as in everything with like biology, it's just super complicated. I don't know why they had to come up with such complicated names for things. Like, why couldn't have, oh sorry, I just knocked the desk. Why couldn't they have just given it easier names at least? That would have been a great it would have been great to study things like that. But now you have to imagine that I don't just have to know all of these things in one language, I have to learn them in two because obviously I need to understand what they talk about in the book, but then my lectures are in German and the exam is obviously also in German, so it's gonna be I don't know. I'll keep you posted, how that goes. But it's just, I feel like I'm all over the place because of that. Uni is like tough. I half enjoy it, half hate it. I have definitely noticed that I am really bad at focusing on lectures, like just looking at someone talk about something that I'm like half interested in, because like some of the brain stuff I'm very interested in, like I find it really fascinating, but then learning about like all of the little details and it, like we're going to go into all of the different senses again, which I did in my first semester, which was just very boring and I'm not looking forward to going into it in depth because I already hated just kind of like brushing past it and like learning a few details about it. So I'm not excited. I don't really care how senses work. I don't care how the eye works or the ears or stuff like that. Like I really could not give less of a poop. But that's that, you gotta get through these things. It's gotta be annoying, but I kind of feel hopeful that I will stick to the schedule. Oh, that's what I actually started saying, isn't it? I'm so sorry that I always get sidetracked. I feel like it's just the nature of talking to yourself. Like you start with one thing and then you kind of just get from one to the other and you forgot where you initially started off. But yeah, I was talking about how I'm sticking to the schedule for the first time since I'm doing this course, which is exciting. Like I said, there isn't really a structure you have to follow because it's all online. It's not like there is a lecture that I have to attend, it's all like recorded and online and you can watch it in your own time. But obviously the exam is at some point in I think July or August, maybe it's even September. I would say like it's in August, September, something like that. And they schedule the lectures and the literature that you have to read so that you can, do something every week up to the exam, and then you have some time to study for the exam, and then you take the exam. So they have it all planned out how you're supposed to do it. And previously I have never listened to it because I don't know, I'm just a lazy bitch, what can I say? Yeah, I don't know, I'm just very bad with like discipline and stuff like that. And if I don't want to do something, it's near impossible to force myself to do it, honestly. With the last 2 exams, I swear I did not do any of the uni work until like a few weeks prior to the exam, and I have no clue how I managed to get through and actually get an okay grade, and once even a good grade on the exam. Like the first exam, I think I was in the best 10% of people, which was just ridiculous. I think I just got lucky and like clicked the right things by chance because I had no idea what I was doing. But I don't know, maybe it's also because I took psychology first in 8th grade, I want to say. It's like, it's a long time. That's like over 10 years that I have kind of like, dabbled with it a little bit here and there. And then obviously have been studying it for 2 years now, I think. I think I'm in my second year. The last part of my second year. And before that, I've studied something that's like close to psychology. So, it's like maybe I just subconsciously had information stored that I didn't know I had stored, and then just kind of guessed the right answer because of what I subconsciously remembered. I don't know. I'm just not a good student. What can I say? Like, I only like tricked myself through school as well. Like, I must have seemed smart because I got good grades, especially in like, the oral part of our classes. was never really good at exams. They just kind of bore me. Like I sit down and I was always the first to finish the exams, not because I was like extra smart or anything, I wish, just because I was like breezing through it. I never reread what I wrote down because I could just not be bothered, and I always handed in my exam first before everyone. I don't know. I have a problem. I need help. But yeah, I found that I definitely struggle more paying attention to lectures and listening to it. You know, like every like 2 to 3 minutes, I just feel myself drift off, and it's so annoying. And then I just kind of have to pull myself back, and I'm like, hey, we're doing something here, you know, focus. And it's just this whole ordeal, and it's very annoying, but I'm gonna get there. Reading is much easier for some reason, probably because when I drift off, I just stop reading. So it's not like I have to pause anything and then pick it up and, you know, just reverse back to where I remember listening to still. You know, I can kind of do it in my own time, and it's way better. But it's quite a lot. Like I said, the workload is crazy. I don't understand who even came up with that, because it's just a bit ridiculous. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'll get through it this time. Also, have still been doing a lot of reading this month. I mentioned in, I think, my last video that I read 7 books last month, and I have already this year read 15 books, which for me is huge. I didn't even read that many books all throughout last year, and I'm just so excited. Like ever since I signed up to my library, and they have a lot of English ebooks, ever since I did that, I've just been reading like a machine. And I'm not a fast reader, you know, like books just take me a while to get through, and it's just been so interesting to read from different genres, because before I would primarily read thrillers, I want to say. Like obviously when I was younger, I read like young adult books and stuff that everyone enjoyed. I kind of have a rough time enjoying young adult these days. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I've pretty much branched out quite a lot, and I have definitely noticed that I do have a thing for the darker books, you know, like books where people are like, oh my god, this was so hard to read, I sobbed so much. I feel like I'm heartless and cold, because I feel like just I don't know, maybe because I read so many thrillers prior to that, things don't get to me as much. I think when I watch stuff about actual people, that's where it hits me. Like if it's a real story, I feel very touched, because I'm like, you know, I feel for the person. Like I know that someone actually went through that. If I just read about something that a million people probably went through, but it's not told from like actual events, it's kind of easier to like, you know, detach yourself from it. And I kind of just find it interesting, because obviously I'm interested in psychology, otherwise I wouldn't study it. So I think I just find it interesting from like that standpoint, because I kind of just like to hear people's thoughts, and yeah, those like darker stories somehow interest me, even though I'm the biggest scaredy cat ever. Like I cannot watch a horror movie for the heck of me. I have just finished my first horror book, actually. I don't think I've ever read a horror before, just thrillers, which is obviously like, you know, a little bit less supposed to make you very scared than a horror book is. The horror book I read, I wasn't sure about until like right at the end, and I was like, oh my god, I love this, because there was such a big twist that just like my brain just could not comprehend. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool, and I was just so excited. So yeah, if you have any really interesting book recommendations, you know, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you're reading currently, or what kind of books you're into. If you want to connect on Goodreads with me, you know, let me know. I just want more friends that read, because yeah, the people I know mostly don't read, and it's unfortunate, because I love reading and I would like to, you know, talk to people about it, and not just like, yeah, on the channel, you know, I'd actually like someone to talk back to me about books. So if you're also reading a lot, or a little, or at all, just, you know, let me know what you're reading. I'd be very curious. And yeah, with that said, the video is coming to an end shortly. I'm just what did I want to say? Wow, just blanked out. The cat was meowing actually all last night, so I did not get a lot of sleep, and I think I'm just all over the place due to that today. But yes, anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, as always, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!